So, Okatekyie Afrifa says he doesn't support Nana Kwame Bediako in his run for office as president of Ghana because of his lifestyle when it comes to showing off money. Ladies and gentlemen, I watched the video and listened to him carefully on the reason he gave, and I find something seriously wrong with not just him and his opinion, but anybody who think what he said makes sense. He got it wrong, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get into it. To begin with, I don't know the two gentlemen, but we know what they do as in business, and it's obvious they are both doing well at this point. But what I heard from Okatekyie suggests a man who is struggling to accept the life choices of another man who is successful in business. Let me quote Okatekyie Afrifa so we can all think through it, ladies and gentlemen. I quote, "This is why I have a problem with Nana Kwame Bediako, who wants to be the leader of the nation." Okatekyie shakes his head and continues, "Because we don't build a nation like that, where what you display to the people is that you show them opulence, display of cash. What it does is that it doesn't build a modest Ghanaian who wants to help build a nation and benefit from their hard work. So to be a leader, the kind of opulence displayed, I think there is something wrong with it," Okatekyie said. He continues, "Despite the fact that you worked to make your money, the question we will ask you is, if you have worked hard for your money and the way you spend cash around buying designer wear, should you be in charge of the people's money?" Ladies and gentlemen, he continues, "What will you do with it?" End of quote. But he continues to juxtapose that with Nanado's childhood situation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my opinion. Everybody has the right to determine who to vote for based on their personal reasons. For some people, it may be your appearance or how you speak. So that's his view, and it's fine with me because others give reasons worse than his. But what he forgot to consider is, first of all, the system of governance we are running in Ghana is a capitalist system with a unitary government. It's a property-owning democracy, and everyone is encouraged to work hard to make it, or else you'll be left behind because the government isn't coming to help you. So Nana Kwame made it, and he's open with it. Your problem, Okatekyie, your problem is, why must he show off if he intends to run for office? That is your problem. You think modesty is what's required to build a nation. That is your problem. You honestly think Ghanaians are looking for a modest lifestyle. And you think because he's flamboyant with his resources, he will abuse state resources. You think being opulent doesn't inspire the ordinary Ghanaian to work hard in building the nation. But I beg to differ. You got it all wrong. What actually builds a nation is not hypocrisy or being conservative. What builds a nation is having good laws and institutions that function irrespective of who is in charge. What builds a nation is running a system that is result-oriented at every level, having visionary leadership that works short-term and long-term timelines. You are simply ignorant of what's happening around the world today, where most presidential aspirants are multi-millionaires and billionaires, where they own airplanes and live in million-dollar homes. The level of aspiration you have for the ordinary Ghanaian is rather myopic. Your standard of expectation for the people of this country is rather mediocrity. No wonder why voters clap hands when a presidential candidate promises them of making cell phones available on high purchase in 2024. That is the reason. You think that's modesty and how a country can develop, Okatekyie? It appears you share in that kind of mentality. What you see for Ghana is below standard, my brother. Have you asked the youth what their aspirations are? Have you ever tried that? Do you know the level of success the current generation is hoping for? You have no idea. And so you speak on issues, on this particular issue, with the mindset of the people in the 70s. The youth in developed countries are doing exceptionally well for themselves. And Nana Kwame is a youth. The guy has no reason to run for president. He made it already. He is what the youth wants to become. Whatever he did in his past is what he did. He cannot erase it. Just like whatever you have done in your past is what it is. I'm sure you won't be so proud of everything you did in your past if it had been captured online. He's at this phase of his life now, and what you have to focus on is his passion for Ghana and the youth and his policies. If there is something you disagree or do not understand about his manifesto, you have every right to question him on that. That's more relevant than how he chose to spend his money in the past. The guy buys designer bags. It's true. And you have a problem with that. Meanwhile, even poor people in Ghana wants a designer bag. The ordinary Ghanaian who rents a single bedroom with no private toilet or washroom wants an iPhone 16 Pro Max. They actually save up money to buy an iPhone, even in that state of living. And that should tell you about the aspirations of the current generation of Ghanaians. If that's what young people want today, how much more a rich guy? I don't know the car you drive, Okatekyie, nor the house you own, but I'm sure you are living well, and it's good you live well. The only difference may be that you have chosen to not show that aspect of your life for personal reasons, and we respect that. But that doesn't stop people from doing it. See how our politicians are currently pretending and mingling with us like they are also regular people. But after elections, they roll up their glasses on their V8 and drive off. Is that what you call modesty? Is that the standard you want to hold Nana Kwame to? To act in accordance, or to act like how your politicians are acting? To be a hypocrite? If there is one person to steal our state resources, it's more likely to be the person who has never worked their way to success. Has there been a president in Ghana who has had this kind of success in their private lives before joining politics ever? I know you are a strong member of the ruling government. I get that. I've also voted for this government. And so I'll believe you support their current flag bearer. That is fine. To become president. And it's okay to say what you said to make him look good. But don't judge a man who has never been paid with state resources. Don't do that until he becomes. It's just sad how people are not focused on issues but pushing rhetorics. That explains why traditional media is dying out. It's sad coming from this guy. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for making time to watch today's episode. And be sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell for more of my contents. I'll come your way again soon. It's bye-bye for now.